Every empire has two lives, the one written in history books and the one printed in its money. And every collapse begins the same way, not with bombs or battles, but with paper and promises. This is FinInsights Daily, where money, power, and history collide. And today we're asking a question few dare to face. What happens when money itself stops working? Currencies don't die overnight. They rot slowly, from the inside out. It starts with confidence. A government spends a little more than it earns. It borrows, prints, or manipulates rates, promising it's temporary. But money, like trust, once stretched too far, never snaps back. From the Roman denarius to the German mark to the Venezuelan bolivar, every great collapse followed the same pattern: debt, denial, and devaluation. In ancient Rome, emperors diluted silver coins with cheap metals to fund wars. Citizens noticed, prices rose, wages froze, and trade slowed. By the fall of the empire, the once trusted denarius had lost 98% of its silver content. Inflation had eaten the empire from within. Fast forward to Weimar Germany, 1923. After World War I, reparations drowned the economy in debt. The government printed money to survive. At its peak, prices doubled every 3.7 days. Children played with stacks of cash. Families burned banknotes for heat. And when it ended, one loaf of bread cost billions of marks. Money hadn't just lost value, it had lost meaning. But here's the part most people miss. Every time a currency dies, a new system is born. Out of Rome came feudal credit. Out of Weimar came the dollar standard. And out of every collapse, someone always benefits. Because while the poor hold cash, the rich hold assets. Real estate, commodities, stocks, gold, things that survive the death of money. When inflation erodes one system, those assets reprice in the next. So what about today? Global debt is over $315 trillion. Central banks print digital money at the push of a button. And yet, confidence still holds, for now. But the cracks are forming. Nations are hoarding gold again. BRICS countries are experimenting with digital currencies backed by resources. The dollar is being challenged not by war, but by code. History is repeating itself, only this time it's global. What happens when the world's reserve currency, the US dollar, faces the same test as Rome or Weimar? What happens when belief fades, not in one nation, but in the idea of money itself? The answer won't be a new coin or note, it will be a new system. One that's digital, decentralized, and data-driven. And the transition won't be fair. It never is. Every reset redistributes power. Every collapse writes a new rulebook. And those who understand history don't fear it, they prepare for it. Money has always been a story, a shared illusion of trust. And when that illusion breaks, history doesn't end. It begins again. If this gave you a new way to see the future, subscribe to FinInsights Daily. Because when money dies, knowledge becomes the last currency left.